Hey everyone, and welcome to another Friday Effects tutorial here on Premiere Gal. Today is a Photoshop tutorial, and you're going to learn how to turn your headshot into a watermark that you can put on your website, business card, or any other merchandise. Later in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I used this branding identity mockup from Envato Elements to make a business card mockup for a client. Envato Elements is a subscription-based service where you pay $19 per month for unlimited assets. You can get stock photos, vector graphics, illustrations, icons, fonts, Photoshop add-ons, and so much more. I'll show you how you can use Envato Elements for your designs later on. But first, let's get into it. So here I have this black and white headshot of me. You don't need to have a black and white version of your own. It can be in color. So the first step here is to select my face and blouse and separate it from the rest of the image, the background. To do that, we're going to use the quick selection tool, which will make a selection by following the edges of the subject. You can change the size of the quick selection tool up here at the top simply by dragging this size slider or entering a number manually. Then you're going to click and hold to select the area of my face and blouse until it's all selected. If it selects areas that are not supposed to be selected, just click and hold the Alt Option key and it will turn it into the negative selection tool so you can subtract those unwanted areas that have been selected. You may have to zoom in and adjust the size of the brush more to perfect the edges until it's all selected nice and clean. So once you have it all selected, hit Command J on your keyboard if you're on a Mac, and if you're on a PC, select Control plus J on your keyboard to make a new layer from our selection. Now we can turn off the original background layer. Now, Command click or Control click on the thumbnail here of this new layer to select the area again. Now we're going to go up to Image, Adjustments, and select Threshold. Now this will turn the headshot into a black and white image, kind of like pop art, and it reminds me of Andy Warhol's art. So the idea here is you can move this threshold level to reveal as much details as you want in my face to show more structure using the black against the white. And it starts to become like a cartoon version of yourself. Now we need to select just the black areas of the image and make the white areas transparent. To do that, you're going to go to Select, Color Range. And then we're going to use the dropper tool to select the black parts, such as my hat, then hit OK. Now, you're going to hit Command C or Control C on a PC to copy the selection, which is just the black areas here. And now let's make a new business card canvas. Go up to File, New, and let's make a 3.5 inch by 2 inch canvas. Or if you're using pixels, put 1050 pixels by 600 pixels. Make sure it's 300 dpi because we will eventually be printing this. And these are the dimensions for the business card I recommend. Now hit Command V to paste our selection here in the new canvas. And now you can see it's just the black area and the white area we saw before is now transparent. Now let's scale it to fit nicely on the left of the card. There is a natural cut on the left of my image here, so it makes sense to place it here, but you can place your headshot, your watermark, wherever it feels right. Next, click on Effects, and we're going to apply a gradient overlay to this layer. Now you can choose new colors from the gradient dropdown. Let's choose something fun like the sunset theme. You can also double click on the colors now and customize the colors simply by clicking on a color here, and then you can click on the color to select a new one that fits more of your brand, let's say. Then go back to the main effects menu and you can play around with the scale of the gradient until it has the right distribution of color that you like. And of course, you can also play around with the angle of the gradient if you want as well. So from here, you can of course use the type tool to type in a slogan for your business. I'll type out create better video and I'll change the color to purple. I will also add my website and I will make it a medium Futura font and make it a bit smaller to the right just below. I think that looks pretty good. Then of course you can add in your logo. I'm going to drop my outline gal logo from my Finder into the canvas here and reposition it until it looks right in my eyes. And you can add whatever you like, but remember, less is more. And let's say that you're doing this for a client, not yourself. To really impress them, you should make this into a mock-up of the brand. Now, I went to Envato Elements and I downloaded this branding identity mock-up template. You can find the exact mock-up link below, but as you see, there are tons to choose from out of the graphics templates categories, and I'll link to some of my favorites below as well. So after you download it, it will come as a zip, and then you have to unzip it, and when you open it up, you'll find a bunch of .psd Photoshop files, and number 3 is the one that I used. So if I open that up, it shows some blank business cards with a stack in the back. So you can turn off the layers here from the layers panel where it says change this design. And then from our previous design, you can drag and drop the watermark from our first design into the new canvas and release. And now for this first card in front, all we have to do is scale this watermark in place, reposition it, and you may have to rotate it until it gets into place. Then let's duplicate it again for the back by hitting Command C and then Command V on the keyboard, and then move this instance to the back and rotate it into place. But you can see it's a tad tricky because perspective is changing here. Then go to Edit and select Perspective Warp. And then you need to click to create a perspective plane on the card here, and then hit Enter. And then using the pin tool, you can adjust the plane until the watermark aligns on the left and on the right at the bottom. And once it looks in place on those edges here, then hit Enter or hit this check mark, and then voila, it's done and it's in perspective. Then of course you can go back to the layers and scale the gradient so it looks more like the first card and adjust it however you like. You can add more text, logos, etc. You get the idea. And so that's all there is to it, you guys. If you have any questions about this process, be sure to leave a comment below, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if it helped you out, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're notified when I make new videos and tutorials every week. I'll see you all very soon. Bye!